So, for the next session, with great honor, I welcome Professor S. Meenakshisundaram sir. He did his undergraduate in chemical engineering and post-graduation in biotechnology. His doctoral work is in the field of bioprocess optimization, and he was trained in Swiss Federal Institute of Technology in various aspects of bioprocess medium design, cultivational methods, online analytics, and control. Presently, his group is working in recombinant expression and bioprocessing. The group has engineered Piscia pastoris strain to overproduce Candida antarctica lipase B enzyme and successfully transfer the technology to industry for commercialization. He is the consultant in the field of bioprocess optimization, scale-up strategies, and recombinant cultivation. Sir has successfully completed various consultancy projects to industries in bioprocess development and scale-up. So now I request Director CFR to present a book to Professor Meenakshisundaram sir as a token of remembrance.
Good afternoon. It's a tough session for me. I have to keep you awake for next 45 minutes. Then only you will be awake for the subsequent sessions. Well, as I thank the Center for Research for giving me the introduction and for inviting me to talk to the research scholars on the mainly I'll be covering the Anna University Entrepreneurship Development and Innovation Council. Of course, Anna Incubator is also part of it. As you all know, Anna University departments has the 4 campuses and things, and the rankings given in the left side is for the university departments. Anna University is having NAC A++ continuously for the 3rd cycle. So we got 7 years accreditation. And at the NIRF and the state public university category, we are the number 1. And QS World Rankings is all improving. You may wonder why I have to say all these things. The major contribution is from the research. We are able to achieve all these credentials mainly because of the research. Of course, research of the faculty in turn is with the responsibility of the scholars. 3 years back, Anna University amalgamated the centers which are involved with the entrepreneurship and innovation and formed the Entrepreneurship Development and Innovation Council. Of course, it was mandated by MHRD also to all the leading institutes to start a EDIC. In the EDIC, we have various centers. One is the DST supported National Hub for Healthcare Instrumentation and Development. We have Niti Aayog supported Atal Incubation Center. Biotechnology Industries Research Assistant Council, BIRAC supported EUA Center. Again, it is an incubation center. And Anna University is having a unique center, incubation hub, supported by National Neyveli Lignite Corporation, NLC, which is Anna University NLC Incubation Hub for Energy, Environment and Sustainability. And of course, we are also having DST supported Technology Enabling Center, which major focus is commercialization of the academic research which is happening, and also all these things require IP protection. So Center for Intellectual Property Rights, I hope already you have been given all the details about the patents and coverage. And also we have Center for Entrepreneurship Development. First, why you are joined for research? What is the reason? Maybe some of you might have joined for passion to do research. Some of you felt that you will have better career guidance, career path. Some of you might be interested in doing teaching. So all these things may be there. But when you look at the research focus, there are two major things. One is you will address science. You will try to find something new and explore science, like what Watson and Crick said, DNA structure is a double helical and things. There is other side is application oriented research. Of course, all the application oriented research will take some of the science based research which has been done already. So our technology enabling center is mainly focusing on the commercialization of your research. Our focus is, so we are addressing the first day itself now, so that at least 10% of the scholars should end up in commercializing your research. Whatever you are doing is in the first part, which is the innovation which you are doing. Then you go for patent. Once you get the patent, you will see whether you are able to commercial assessment, then starting a company and all this process. Actually, we are doing this way. You know how industry is doing research? First, they will look at the fifth point, the commercialization aspect. Once there is a commercial potential, then for that, they develop the idea or where they have to do research. And then, before start doing the research, they will look at the IP. Whether somebody has done already that. If somebody has done that, then whatever you do, it may result in a simple publication where you cannot commercialize. That doesn't mean that if somebody has done research on that and got an IP, I cannot do research. You can explore where you can do modification to improve that technology. So that's where first thing, you might be knowing now what is the topic which you are going to do. Either you would have selected or your guide would have given you that over the experience of them. So first explore why I should do, whether anybody has done it. You do the patent search first before you start your research and see where you can contribute and then start innovation. Of course, your research has broader objective, so you have to go for minimum 2 years or 3 years. Once you get to a stage, you file a provisional patent. If your research has a good commercial potential, I would advise you go for patent only if you have commercial potential. Otherwise, maintenance of the patent is also expensive. After some time, it will get expired. So otherwise you can publish also, very well publish it. But before publishing, you see that whether you have a commercial potential. That's why we are asking you to look at the day one and then proceed with that. That is very important for commercialization of your research. You yourself, now today, there are lot of opportunities for everyone, not research scholars, from undergraduate, postgraduate, research scholars, those who have completed, everyone can do a startup. You don't need a money in your hand to start a startup today. You need a good idea which should be translated to commercial value. That is what you need today. Money, you have large sources. I'll say you where you can look for the money, and you can start a startup. Anna University permits research scholars to have their startup and come out successfully. See, when you want to commercialize, to what extent you will develop the technology. Now the NASA has designed these TRL levels, which is called as technology readiness level, various stages, and you have to do. I can say with a very simple example, today EV, electric vehicles, are more famous and it's upcoming. In that, you need basic motor, all those things are there, but you need a battery. For battery, today the technology is with the lithium-ion batteries. So lithium-ion batteries is quite expensive. Also, you have to dependent on China. So that is your first observation. Basic observation is that you have to go by, you want to find an alternative for lithium-ion things. What is possible? Some possible people are claiming sodium-ion batteries can be done. So you conceptualize the technology. First thing, when you are working for technology development, the first thing what you will be looking at is proof of concept for your idea. If somebody says, okay, try sodium ion, first you should see that whether it has the capacity to be there as a battery, whether it can store the energy and it can deliver. First you have to do the proof of concept. So these first three stages is basic technology research. Once you have proof of concept, then next 3 TRL levels, 4, 5, 6, you will try to make it into a prototype. So making a prototype where if you have, then first you can see small bulbs, whether it is able to light for few hours, then how much energy it can store. Then when it comes to 6th stage, you have to see whether really it can compete with lithium ion battery. So that 4, 5, 6 is the technology development stage, and you have to demonstrate the technology. Once you have demonstrated, then you can look for commercial potential, how safe if it is. Then you have to get certification from the authorities, Automobile Array Institute, and then you can go for commercial production. So, when you are doing a research in the university level, you should aim to reach TRL level 6 at least. Your aim should be, at least you should go up to the TRL level 6. I have just given example in this. Every field of research, you have the same thing. So once you develop the technology as a researcher, what are the ways to commercialize these technologies? One is you can sell the technology to a company. Of course, if your research is funded by government organizations like DST or some ministries or something, they will not permit you to transfer the technology exclusively to only one company, because the money has come from the income tax of the whole citizens. So you can do technology transfer non-exclusive. That is, you have to give it to multiple companies and things. But many big industries, they will ask for exclusive technology transfer. So there is also a roadblock. But we can, in Anna University, we have the ways. We can just publish that we have a technology and we want to give it on exclusive rights, and whoever is bidding, we can do it, and we will do both exclusive as well as non-exclusive tech transfers. The other thing is, you yourself, if you have confidence, you yourself do startup. Today, a lot of funding opportunities are there. You can develop further using your startup, and then also you can sell the startup itself. That is also many people are doing today. They create startups, they create business. When the business has picked up, they sell their company to a big company, 100 folds of what you have invested, you will earn. And then this. See, the value of your technology increases exponentially when you go above TRL 5. Up to TRL 5, your technology valuation will not be that much. Once you reach 6, 7, 8, every TRL levels, your technology valuation will be increasing exponentially. That is where you have to concentrate. Or I am able to do up to level 4 or something. I need a lot of investments. So what to do? You can have a company which is interested in that. You can co-develop the product, increase the TRL level 4 to 7 or something, and then sell the technology to the same companies. You will get royalties, all these things is possible. So, of course, this will be taken care by us, Technology Transfer Office, where your IP is infringing on some other IPs which is there in the market. When you are getting IP, an Indian IP, it is fine. But if you are looking for international IP, you have to be careful. Already many people will be there, and your technology will use some of the existing IPs. If it is there, then you will face the problem. You might have done a modification and you have developed a product, but the basic of that product may infringe on some other IP. So those encumbrances we will be looking at, and we will have what IP you have, or when you are writing your IP claim itself, you have to look at the various possibilities so that somebody will do small modification and get a new IP. So you have to cover a broad range. A good IP consultant will only get you a good IP. You will have only single focus, but your product or your technology will have applications in the other areas also. So you have to see that and cover all the areas when you are doing IP. So we can help in doing all those things. What is the market assessment? How much you can value of your technology? All the assessing, we will do it in our technology. If you need additional funding for improving the TRL levels, normally TRL levels 4 or something, companies won't take it up. So you have to take it to TRL level 6. Sometimes we can speak to the companies and get you funding for improving your TRL level so that commercialization can be done. But in that case, whatever you have developed will go to a proprietary of that particular company. So you can do only exclusive tech transfer. So all the norms of the tech transfer has to be decided first, so that our TEC will take care. We have a Center for Entrepreneurship Development in Anna University, which is having a good Makers Lab, where we have all prototyping infrastructure. All Anna University students can use this infrastructure for making their prototypes, we have 3D printers, PCB printers, laser cutting machines, and all the hardwares required, IoT, kits, everything will be available across the disciplines. The Center for Entrepreneurship Development is open for research scholars also. So when you are having the stay here, you should go there and see what they are offering. Of course, they do entrepreneurship education also. I can give you the. So what they are offering you? Awareness program. You may not know how to start a company. Most of you will be good scientists, but you may not know how to start a company or anything. They will train you. CED, Center for Entrepreneurship Development, will conduct programs. It is free of cost. Don't think that you have to pay or something For Anna University students, research scholars, it is free of cost. You will be given education on how to create an enterprise as well as design thinking aspects, all those things CED will give you. How to pitch your idea, because when you are giving your PhD Viva OC, you will talk 45 minutes or 1 hour. But when you are presenting to a investor, you will be given 3 minutes to 5 minutes. You have to give the essence of your technology within that 5 minutes. That is more important. How to do that? That also they will teach you. Of course, some technical workshops, maybe in your field, they may be conducting. You can see how the developments are happening and things. And of course, they are also helping you to get seed funding. So the first funding for you, if you plan to go for a startup or something, you can approach them. There is a innovation voucher program by EDIC Tamil Nadu is doing it. So they will give you letter of support and all those things. Many research scholars have obtained that innovation voucher program, and you will get first series is around 2 lakhs. Then if you successfully do that, you need some more, you can ask for a 5 lakhs. IVP2 is those who completed 1 can go for 2 with the 5 lakhs also. So, for developing your prototypes, making it very attractive and things, you can use these innovation voucher programs. It is not specific to one branch or something. Any branch, if you have an idea which is potential for commercialization, you can get that. Of course, community connect and makers lab or other things. In our ecosystem with the Center for Entrepreneurship Development, once you develop the things, you can go to the next stage with our incubator, where you can continue your startup journey. And also we are collaborating with the Startup Tamil Nadu as well as Vadvani Foundation is the one which is doing free service of entrepreneurship development. We are collaborating with them for doing a entrepreneurship education. They have an LMS platform. If you register with them, it is free. You can have develop pitching, how to develop financing, all those things. See, everyone will not know everything. So you need guidance and things. So they will also give you a thing. Of course, we have launched a Startify is an event pitching by things. For past 3 years, Anna University Center for Entrepreneurship Development is doing this. This year pitching was launched November 12, 2024. It is open now. Why I am saying is, of course, many things, undergraduate and postgraduate. This is where I want you to have a look. There is a specific pitching for scholars. PhD scholars, your research to startup, you need not to apply this year, but what I am saying is, you should know that. But whatever you are doing with the CED or anything, first you get concurrence of your guide. That is more important. You should always go with the guidance of your guide. Go and approach the places. Your guide will be the first technical mentor. This is very, very important. Please don't say this is my idea, I will do, because you are going to use the research lab of your supervisor, your department, your university. So always go through your supervisor for any pitching or anything. So around 100 PhD scholars, 2 lakhs, Tamil Nadu government through TN startup, they are going to fund. So every year this will be continuing. So keep watching our Center for Entrepreneurship Development website. You will be getting it. Of course, now supervisors also has a thing. They can also co-create startups with the research scholars, and their things is also there in that. Of course, various things you can go to austartify.com is the website where you can get all this information. Then we have a incubator, Anna Incubator. This was started in 2019. Atal Incubation Center is the common name for Niti Aayog started various incubators across the country. They said that Atal Incubation Center should be there as the prefix. So we started a Section 8 company, which is a separate entity, AIC Anna University Incubation Center, which is running the incubator. It is there in the Platinum Jubilee building of AC Tech, second floor. A dedicated 10,000 square foot space is there for incubation activities. Its vision is for launchpad for impact innovators with resources, network and things. Mainly we are focusing on deep tech. It is not that only these technologies will be there. Any technologies, if it has a good commercial value, they will be incubated. Preference will be given to the Anna University students. How you can approach is either you can go to the website, Anna University Incubation Foundation website, or any events organized by them, or directly go and meet them. Say I have an idea and things. They have an application format in the online. You just fill that and give it. Once you submit that, there is a evaluation, validation of your concept and commercial applicability by technical mentors as well as the business mentors. Technical mentors will be mostly from Anna University faculty, and business mentors will be there. There are a set of people who will do that and say, fine, there is a potential for this. Then you will undergo a incubation cohort where initial proof of concept, ideation and things. See, all these things are available for you free of cost. If you go outside and search and things, it's all going to cost you as well as this. Here everything is available free of cost. The main thing is that most of the students don't know that we have so many facilities. So now we have a very good ecosystem to start the startups. Of course, all the incubators will have infrastructure, mentorship. That's what I said. Your first technical mentor is your supervisor. And if you need any other domain expert, there will be business mentors who will be helping you to look at that in commercial angle. Mostly when you look at as a technical person, you will not look at the commercial angle. So they will say you, these are the things you have to do cost cutting and things so that you will have more profit or something. So all those things, there is a business mentor as well as there are legal experts, financial experts who will assist you in this process of establishing a startup. Of course, we have many technology services like Amazon Web Service, MathWorks, and many other things is also tools are available for you to work. And we have a good funding mechanism. Now it is a very good time. We have huge seed funding available with the Anna University incubation system. I can show you some of these. These are some of the startups which are already there. Yeah. One is, of course, for getting these things, you should have a startup. Again, I said that you have permission to start your own startup, but you get the concurrence of your guide. And we have a Startup India seed fund scheme, which can give you a grant up to 20 lakhs. And as a long-term debt or debenture, it will give up to 50 lakhs further to the grant. So, what you have to do is you should have a startup recognized by DPIIT, Department of Promotion of Industrial Trade and things. They will recognize first you as a startup. Once they recognize, within the first 2 years, you have to apply for this grant. Our Anna Incubator is there, so you can select that. Anna Incubator can be our funding as well as the thing. Then they will be evaluating your concept and they will recommend for the funding. So we are having nearly 3 crores where we can fund nearly 10 to 15 people for the grants. Same way, there is another grant where we have 4 crores in our hand called as DST Nidhi Prayas, where we will be giving the seed funding. Of course, here we can give up to 10 lakhs only. So, nearly 40 startups we can support. There is no sector specific or something. Any sector, any field of your interest, you can get the funding and you can apply there. Your idea has to be good. Many times idea may be very good, but will not have commercial potential. Both should be there. Not only a good idea, maybe you may do breakthrough science, but it should have commercial potential. Then only you will get funding there. So that's fine. Okay. Similarly, every year MSME will come with the hackathon. You are also eligible for applying as a student in these idea hackathons. Again, they are also funding 15 lakhs maximum for the one idea. You can ask 3 lakhs, 5 lakhs also. It is not that you have to ask only 15 lakhs. Anna University is a recognized host institute. You can choose Anna University as a host institute. Once you get selected, we will incubate you in our things. So, you can do research at the same time, you can do startup also on your same technology what you are developing. There are some specific sectors where we have separate funding mechanism also. One is for biotech. It's not only for biotech, biomedical, any related to healthcare you can do. Even artificial intelligence based, lot of technologies are being developed in using artificial intelligence for the healthcare sector. So you can also do that. Of course, it is started as an university innovation cluster for supporting the postgraduates and PhD holders. But now we are supporting undergraduate students also. This is a national call and very few people will be selected, but there is a stipend as well as this for doing the project. But you can't do with the project. There are many people who have come out successfully with this and got big funding, and also this. There is Primas Bioscience. They have got now more than 20 crore funding and they started developing their products. They have established their plan and all this. So many people will be able to get. So a lot of funding opportunities are available for healthcare, that is biotech, biomedical, and many computer related to healthcare systems, where we have support from biotechnology ignition grant. See, all these fundings, you get 50 lakhs or more. That is one advantage, where because they are more fund intensive, so no one can invest this. Also, you need validation, regulatory approvals and things. It will take long time for you to commercialize. So, a big funding system is available sequentially for every stage of your technology. So, BIRAC is having so many schemes where you can get the funding. And this is a typical example where a public sector is doing an innovation hub related to energy, environment and sustainability. See, Anna University and NLC India Limited established this hub in 2019, especially to support innovators in grassroots level by embracing diversity, focusing on impact and multidisciplinary problem solving. See, this is supported by a public sector. The advantage is being they have very good experience in scaling up of technology. Now many public sectors are coming up with this type of hackathons or something where they will handhold you till you launch your product. Here NLC is having a card that is Center for Applied Research and Development, which will handhold your technologies, which will give you expertise. Once you get your idea to proof of concept in Anna University, they will ask you to put up the plant and things in their R&D center. They can fund you fully to establish the pilot. So improving the TRL levels becomes easier. So you can look at these opportunities also for doing things. There are many pilot plants and things already developed and is also commercialized. Another major one is National Hub for Healthcare Instrumentation and Development. Of course, this is more of a research center where a clinician-driven ideas is taken up. We will find a solution, we will develop a prototype and we will deliver a product. I will give you one example how NHID has developed, the problem statement is you are getting a fever, urinary tract infection is very common, and you have a drug resistance to the pathogen. You go to the doctor, he will prescribe you an antibiotic. Also, he will ask you to do a culture test. After 2 days, you go, he say, okay, yours is a drug resistant, change the antibiotic. So that 2 days, your fever will not subside. You will have high fevers and things if it is a drug resistant. So what some doctors see, if I say give a medicine, people are not will not accept me if it is not getting treated first itself. So what he will do? He will give the 5th generation antibiotic, which is the latest antibiotic. Definitely there won't be resistance. But indiscriminate use of these antibiotics creates lot of resistances, and at one point of time you will not have a new antibiotic to treat your things. So we want to come out with a test which can give you in 4 to 6 hours, so that the doctor can prescribe the antibiotic after knowing its resistance and sensitivity pattern. So we have developed in biotechnology a test. Then this innovation was supported by UGC under UPE program, and 23 crores were given for developing infrastructure for making the prototypes. It is not a single department or something. It is collaboration of many departments. Biotech is the basic finding of the innovation. Then we have mechanical engineering, manufacturing, production, then medical physics for optics, electronics and biomedical for imaging and things. So every stage, there are people, we have developed our own PCBs, our own parts, and everything was developed in Anna University. Now we have the infrastructure to develop all these things and to make a prototype. This prototype was commercialized last year. It is in the, people are evaluating. Of course, biomedical devices, it takes a lot of time to come to market because validation and other things are also there. So, like this, your innovation should result in a product. Please keep that in mind. Of course, NHID are there. So, most of the time, when you want to launch as a product, a team is required. Everyone will have their own expertise. You need multidisciplinary expertise. You should not pull the projects in your own sites. So always you discuss, sit and discuss and form a team and get the fruit from that. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for such a...
In Anna University website, you can see under innovations, all these websites, all the divisions are there. You can see our main Anna University website. You see innovations, all these things are there. You can always contact any of them related to your field and things.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for such a high opening session. So I hope from our own research scholar, at least 1 or 2% will become as an entrepreneur in coming future. Thank you, sir. Thank you once again for the opportunity, sir.